I went on the hunt for the best deals I could find on Amazon relating to folding knives. And I might have gotten a little overboard, but these are some of the best deals that you can get right now. And I even found a new company that's offering some really insane discounts on top of it. So I'm gonna talk about it. We're gonna do some really fast overview reviews of everything in these boxes. And yeah, it's coming at you rapid fire. Let's get started. Now, I just want to make a quick announcement. There's a chance you can win a lot of these knives tomorrow during my live stream on Whatnot. This is a platform that will allow me to sell knives, but also to give them away very, very easily. And I will be having at least 10 and maybe close to 15 different winners of knives and gear. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested, you definitely want to show up so you can win some of these knives. There's also going to be a link down below in the description that will give you $15 towards any purchase on Whatnot, and it will also help the channel. So if you want to come hang out, chat, I'm going to be there. There will probably be more sales in the future, so if you're seeing this later down the line, but you're definitely going to want to be here if you want some free stuff. Now, the first knife we're going to talk about is from a company called Miguron. Now, I've had this brand on the channel a number of times, and the reason is these are some of the highest value knives that I have ever seen, and it continues with this model as well. At only $30, you're getting quite a complete package. So a beautiful DLC coating on this with a very, very, very sharp blade out of the box. Excellent jimping on the back as well as on the flipper tab, contoured G10 handle scales, excellent action as well, excellent detent. They just executed really, really well. It's a pretty generic pattern, right? It's not something super fancy or super special. What makes it good is all of the different features together in a $30 price. Now, that is not a sale price. There might be coupon codes you can use for it, but it's just something you want to be made aware of. This is only their second knife that I have seen under $30, and it's of note because of the overall quality. So if you're looking for it, the link will be down below, as will the link for everything else that we will talk about today. We're going to cover a lot of knives from Kizer, and the reason is Kizer makes a lot of knives every month, and then they will discontinue them and put them on closeout sale. And that happens not only on their website, but also on Amazon as well. The thing is, the stock is different between the two. So you might have items for sale on Amazon that are not actually available on their website, like this one. This is the Pelican Mini. And the price for this is insane for N690 micarta and the overall fit and finish that you get with this company. The action is fantastic. The one thing I will say about this, and it was true with the last knife as well, neither one of these come with a reversible clip, so if you're left-handed, unfortunately, it's not going to be nearly as convenient, but overall, very, very, very nice knife. It has a big thumb ramp on the back, a big belly as well. Everything comes very, very sharp out of the box, as we would expect from Kizer. Decent clip, and plenty of lock bar access. So a very good option if you're looking for something around or just under that $30 price while the supplies last. So this is a good one. Definitely something to take a look at if you like the blade shape. The next knife is a 2-for-1. This is called the Aggressor, and there are two different variations here. Both are very, very well priced. They're both front flippers, so if you don't like front flippers, you can skip to the next section. This is in 154 cm with micarta, and this knife is coming in under $40 with crazy good action. Absolutely a fantastic knife, and it's also very comfortable in hand. Just a very good option if you are looking for a knife that is well priced. But in my opinion, if you're going to pick one of the two, it should be this one. We have rich light handles in burgundy, and take a look at the knife steel here. CPM 3V. If you're not familiar, CPM 3V is a powder metallurgy steel. It is incredibly tough. It has incredibly good performance capability. And for less than $50, this is an absolute mind-bogglingly good steel. I definitely would have to say this is one of my favorites on this list. Now there's going to be a bunch of other knives from Kizer and other brands that you might want to consider, but if you're looking for something in 3V, I think this is the only knife that we have today that's in this steel. So if you want to test it, if you want to use it, this might be the time to get in and get something inexpensive. So check it out. It's a solid one. This is the Aggressor in CPM 3V with rich light handles. And here is an interesting one because this is currently sitting under $30. It has 154 cm, excellent action, and this one is supposedly helping support cancer awareness. And this was, I think, made for their Cancer Awareness Month. So it has the little emblem kind of etched in underneath the green G10. Very nice. So if you want something that's a little bit out there, maybe a different color set, this might be up your alley. And I kind of like the knife in general. Like, it's a pretty solid piece. It's called the Fighter. And I think what they're talking about is specifically fighting cancer. You can buy this knife for $30, and I believe a portion of it will go to charity. So very, very neat. Definitely a nice little consideration. And I just, seeing 154 cm and this fit and finish for less than 30 is a rare thing. And it's nice to be able to do a little bit of good on top of it. Let me know what you guys think about this one below. And is this a color scheme that you would carry daily regardless? Sometimes when you see a knife online, it doesn't translate well in person. And in this case, it's not that it doesn't translate well, it just surprised me because it's a lot bigger than I expected. This is the Kizer S. Now I thought this was like a tiny little knife, but this is more like a full-sized 3-inch blade with a full, like, proper handle, and I love it. I love this knife, and the fact that it's coming in under $40 with 154 cm, amazing action. I mean, this actually might be the best one on the table that we've seen so far. And just an incredibly well-designed shape. I mean, I just absolutely adore this. If you're in the market for something with that sheep's foot design for draw cutting, this has a great choke up point, and I just can't, you can't beat the price right now. This is really, really good deal. I definitely like this one. There's a good chance that I will not be giving this one away or selling it because I just like it that much. But you can still get them. I believe they're still available, and they're coming in at just under 40. Get them while you can. Now this is definitely back-to-back bangers. Now the Kizer Original has been around for a while, and it's about $100 normally, but you can get both variations, the XL and the 3-inch one, which I have here, for under 50. I think this was 46, and I think the same is true for the larger version as well, and I'll put a link to both. I will tell you, this is one of the most well-tuned button locks I've ever worked with. Like, there's a proper amount of force needed to get this thing open. I mean, I absolutely, like, it's enough that it's difficult to reverse flick off the thumb studs because there is so much detent. I mean, it rockets out. This knife is fantastic. Really, really good. Aluminum handle scales, just gorgeous. I got the green here with the DLC coating, 154 cm blade, 3 inches, full flat grind. Came plenty sharp out of the box, and I love that flat spot for the forward choke up position. It's just very comfortable in any way that I'm using it. In retrospect, I probably would have gotten the larger one, but I think the small one is proportioned perfectly. So if you're looking for a sub 3-inch blade, this might be a really good option under $50. It is an incredibly good value with the materials being used. And the same thing will be true with the larger version if you like that instead. This knife has been reviewed ad nauseum by so many people, and that's one of the reasons why I'm flying through this. But you definitely want to know that these are available for however long that they have this stock on Amazon. So check it out, link below. Now this next knife is not really a budget knife. This is the small Begleiter with a mill titanium pocket clip, titanium frame, liner lock, steel liner lock on this one, but with M390 blade steel. So this has a hollow grind, which I really, really like. It came incredibly sharp out of the box. We have a proper sharpening choil, and the action is very, very, very good on top of it. For a small knife, it does have enough space for my large size hand. So I was surprised about that, and I do like the slim profile of this knife. This was around that 80-ish, a little bit more than an $85 price. That's the kind of price that we see most of the other knives that we talked about in their base price. Whereas this is usually going to run you well over 100, if not more, depending on who's making it. So definitely something to consider if you're looking for a little bit more premium, but still under $100. This one is a consideration for sure. They also have a black wash version that has 20 CV steel, basically the same thing. One is made in Germany, I believe, and one is made in America. So depending on which one you want. Slight price difference also for the black wash. Something to keep in mind. Let me know whether you like these types of knives or not. Now the next one is called the Coniferous V, I want to say. And I will tell you, I love the design of this knife. It's one of my favorites, and it's one small step from being perfect in my opinion. This is a beautiful knife, 154 cm, titanium on this side this time around, so titanium handle with a liner lock, micarta on the other, and it does have a reversible clip. Now this clip is a little bit different than their normal one, pretty great, and also very, very comfortable in hand, much more comfortable than you expect. They angled this just right to fit in the palm swell, and there is no hot spots, so really well done. Excellent action once again, and a crazy good price on top of it. The only thing, if they had done this, I would have purchased it by now, and that is having it be a front flipper. I can almost do it, not quite. I can't quite do it. The detent's too good. If this was a front flipper and thumb stud combo versus a rear flipper, I'm not a huge fan of this because I like to have the clearance. That's just my personal preference. And the front flipper thumb stud combo is one of my favorites that is in existence. That is the only reason that I'm probably not keeping this. I'll probably end up giving it away in the very near future. But very, very cool knife. I absolutely adore it. And once again, prices ludicrously good for something that has all of the features that you're seeing. Really, really nice. Definitely something to check out before they're gone. The next one is just really, really good. This is called the Genie, and it is a front flipper and cutout option. You have a bunch of different ways to deploy this knife, which I really, really like. And I just adore this handle. In fact, I bought, and you might remember, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I have a marble carbon fiber S35 with titanium milled clip version of this exact same knife. And it is fantastic. The action is wildly good. It is just stupid good. It does reverse flick pretty well. It's a little bit difficult to get your finger in there, but you can do it. But it does also thumb flick really well. So great overall knife. This thing is coming in under 40 bucks right now, which is insane. So good, like crazy good. So another one of those, they're finished up trying to get rid of stock and you can get access to it. I like that this micarta is on the rougher side because anyone can just take a piece of like 3000 grit machinist sandpaper and actually just smooth it out if they choose. But for me, I actually prefer the more grippy version of the micarta. So really, really nice. Standoffs, no backspacer, just a very clean design, and is a really good value for the price. Now I have a new brand to talk about, so I figured I'd pull all three knives and we'll talk about them together. Now this company is called FITISO, all right? And what I'm really impressed with, first of all, it comes with spare hardware, a little cloth to clean with, a sticker, and a really nice box in all three of these cases, which did surprise me. That's a company that's trying to stay relevant or become relevant. And that is why these two knives specifically have a 40% discount coupon, bringing them below $30. So that's probably not gonna last. And as soon as they catch catch up and people start saying, oh my God, how good this is, they probably will get rid of the discount, but you can take advantage of it right now. Now, there is one knife that I'm probably not going to recommend. As much as I was excited about it and it looks amazing, it has one flaw that unfortunately I think holds it back. So yeah, you can kind of see that. It has a very soft detent on the button. It is like the literal opposite of the Kizer original button, which is super, super snappy. This one is unfortunately not good. And it's really too bad because the jimping on this flipper tab is just fantastic. The design is fantastic. And I thought it might very well be a button lock version of one of my favorite knives ever, the Vosteed Nightshade, which it kind of has that Shill and Cutter vibe to it. Maybe not quite as good as the Nightshade, but close to it. And unfortunately, if this is the way the detent comes, I would definitely not recommend this one. So I'll put that aside. But the other two, my goodness, these are really good. So this one, it's actually a DLC coating. It's like a gray, and it's very, very nice. Very sharp out of the box. Sharpening choil there. Nice little details around the pivot. Contour G10 handle scales. This is like a swiveling lanyard spot with like a little gem on either side. I don't know, man. It's for sub 30 with that action, a crown spine, 14C28N. That's kind of nuts. I gotta say, this one is probably my favorite of the bunch, and I love the way it feels in hand on top of it. I think I paid like under $25 for it. And that is a really, really good price right now for that combination of materials, quality, coating, you name it, just really good. But also in the same price point is this one, if you're interested. Now this has a milled titanium pocket clip, and I paid like $25 for it, right? So good detent, which makes me happy because nothing's worse than, you know, a flipper that doesn't flip properly. And this also, and I wasn't sure at first, has a DLC coating on it. Now, I wasn't sure. I was like, wait, that's a coating on it? Yeah, it's actually a coating made to help match with the titanium a little bit. So it's not quite as steel-like, but it is definitely a lighter color on that coating. Will wear off over time, but it'll get a really awesome little patina. It came wicked sharp out of the box. Good jimping on the flipper tab here. Not the best jimping, but not bad. Great action, really simple design, and just executed correctly. Not much more to say. I also will tell you that the contoured handles on both of these models, I really, really, really enjoy. So if you're looking for something that you can get less than $30 with a crazy combination of materials, fit and finish, and so on, maybe you want to check this company out. It is a new company, it's a new company to me anyway, and both of these knives I can tell you are excellent. My favorite being this one, but I can definitely see if someone wants to get something with a milled titanium clip, this might be a good option. That is everything that I have to show you today. Hopefully you found something of interest, and if you didn't, let me know what you would be interested in. Maybe I'll focus on that next time. If you want to see some of these get given away, potentially get a really good deal on some other knives, there will be that live stream on Whatnot, and I believe it will also simultaneously cast to YouTube as well. As always, thank you guys so much for your time, and we'll talk again soon.